Hello, YouTube. This is Donna, and um, just wanted to talk a little bit about um, at my age. I am 51 years old. Yep, 51. And at this age, I've come to realize that my anger, although I know when and how to use it, it hasn't been a good thing. The angry black woman is who I've become by being angry, but my anger came about when I was very young, and my mother was hard of hearing, and I would hear things that people would say to her. Although she wouldn't hear it, I would hear it, and I would become very upset about it. And I would tell myself, I'm not gonna let that. I'm not gonna let people talk to me that way. I'm not gonna let people make me feel this way that I was feeling because of what they were saying. So then I became so angry in my 20s and into my 30s, and I found out that my anger was taking control completely away from me. It completely took control away from me. And because I work as a nurse, and I am over people, meaning I work as charge nurse. I work over the nursing staff, and I would sometimes get upset and let my anger control my situations, and I would respond to what people were saying to me. And even though maybe I didn't initiate what was going on, my anger would outweigh anything that I was doing. So even though maybe I wasn't in the wrong initially, because I would get angry, and because of my position, I was the one that was in the wrong. So what I've learned over the years is that although I may feel some way, I cannot let others know how I'm feeling. My silence is so much louder than my anger and my response. I was in a situation at work where I was having to speak with someone about their work and about me asking them to do something, and they ignored me as if I wasn't the charge nurse. So I spoke with my immediate supervisor and let my supervisor know, hey, I've asked this person if they can do this. I said, I'm being as fair as I possibly can. I'm rotating who I ask to do these things. I'm not asking the same person every time. And when this person was approached, they ignored me as if I wasn't talking. So my supervisor told me, okay, you need to write it out. Not write up, but I needed to write out what had occurred. So I wrote it out, and I let my supervisor know that I had wrote it out, and my supervisor said, okay, you need to speak with this person about it now. So, okay. So because I know myself and how I can respond to things, I'm trying to better respond to people and things that are going on. So I pulled aside the med nurse. I was charge nurse this day. I pulled the med nurse and I asked them, can you come with me to speak with this person so that I can speak to them about what occurred? And I explained what had occurred. And I took the person and I took the staff, and the three of us went in the break room, and I closed the door, and I informed this person that I am, this is an informal incident, but I am noting that I asked you to do this. I'm rotating with who I asked to do these things. I'm not coming to you only. and you ignored me. So this is being documented that this incident has occurred. And it was kind of, it was unwritten. I mean, it was written, but it wasn't a write-up or anything. It was just me putting it in writing and following the way things are supposed to be done. Now, my dilemma is my response to people in the past, me snapping back at people or saying things when people say things to me. So they use that against me once this was escalated by this said person. So this person goes to the union and tells the union that I confronted her and I was yelling and being nasty to her. But I'm working on me, so this is not what happened. So it takes about a month for the escalation and for the meeting to happen. And they all pull me and this person in. This person has a union rep. I don't have a union rep, even though I fall under union, because I didn't do anything. So I'm a little frustrated because I know what people say about me. They say that that I'm mean. Not true, but this is their perception of me when I don't respond the way people want me to respond to things they're doing. So this person, we get into the meeting with the union rep and everyone's speaking, and I am holding my tongue and I'm trying not to show any emotions and trying to remain as professional as possible during this meeting. I don't want anyone to be able to use anything that I say against me, so I'm sitting there quietly during this meeting. So the person starts to talk and says, well, she's nasty to me, she was yelling at me, she pulled me in the office, and she did this, she said this, she did this. And not only did this person get a union rep, the person attempted to get patients to speak against me about this incident. So I'm sitting there just taking in what's being said about me. And I'm feeling emotional because all of my supervisors are around me. My immediate supervisor's there. My DON is there. The administrator's there. And I'm like, all of these people for this incident. So after she speaks, her union rep speaks, then my immediate supervisor speaks. Not me, my immediate supervisor speaks. So my immediate supervisor says to this person, okay, when you made this complaint, I investigated what was going on. I spoke with everyone on the floor. Everyone said that she rotates who she asks to do these specific things, that she doesn't come specifically to you to ask you to do these things. They also told that you sit on the phone at the desk after being asked not to. You ignore the charge nurse after being asked to do certain jobs. And I also spoke with the other medication nurse who was there when she spoke with you. And they told me that they were there, that no, you did not. She did not yell at you. She was not rude. She explained to you what was going on. She explained to you that she wrote it up and that she had reported it to her immediate supervisor. And that was it, that she notified you of this. So none of what her union rep turns and looks and says, you investigated it. And he says, yeah, I investigated it. And my DON says, this is the person that I would want to take care of me if something was to happen to me. This person is the person. And my heart gets so heavy because in my angry moments, if I was younger, in my moments of incidents like this, I would be ready to defend myself and I would be speaking over people and I wouldn't want to let anyone get their thoughts in about, because I'm going to defend myself. And I found that me sitting there quiet and keeping my emotions under control and not reacting to what this person was accusing me of and letting this person say all of these things, everything that I was trying to do better showed up for me. My supervisor showed up for me. My DON showed up for me. Even her union rep, when it was all said and done, could not dispute what was being said because everyone was speaking up for me. In my younger years, I would have yelled, I would have gotten upset, I would have responded, but in my older years and realizing even when I'm not at fault, me just getting upset and responding changes people's perception of me. And simply by keeping my feelings under control and being mindful of my words and letting people speak first and not responding just because of what they're saying, man, everything worked its own way out. I didn't have to say a single word. I did not have to defend myself. I did not have to say that I didn't say that. I did nothing. Just me maintaining my composure in that moment allowed everything to work its way out. So I say all this to say, you have to control your anger. Do not let your anger, your frustration, your words to control you, because all it takes is that one time for you to flip out and that's not what happened. And it changes the whole perspective of who you are. I can be the nicest, most giving, loving person, but when I become upset and start yelling and responding to people, their perception of me completely changes. And just by being quiet and letting things work themselves out. Race wasn't an issue. No, this person wasn't African American. And that wasn't an issue. My immediate supervisor was not African American. My DON was not African American, but what spoke for me was me being professional in that moment and not reacting. Sometimes you have to go inside and have that internal talk with yourself and, okay, let this work its way out. I don't have to respond to everything. I can remain calm. I can, just stop yourself in that moment. Have that talk with yourself in that moment, because you'll be surprised at the response of everything when you do that. It changed my perspective of everything. It made it easier for me to not respond to people in general when you work with people and people are working with their emotions and it's an emotional job, and you become emotionally attached to your job and you respond to things, and just stepping back and being mindful of my words and my response allowed my characters to speak for itself. It allowed my professionalism to speak for itself. It allowed my integrity to speak for itself. So you don't always have to be the loudest or the angriest. You don't have to respond to everything and everybody. Sometimes you let who you are as a professional speak for itself. And it's something I'm still continuing to work with as a 51-year-old, 15, I like that. As a 15-year-old woman. Like my dad say, the numbers reverse, 15. And me being mindful of my words, it changes things. it made my situation change. So as you, especially in the workplace, just be mindful. What you think is not always what you have to say. What you feel is not, you don't have to always verbalize it. You can kind of keep that to yourself and have that talk when you get home. Have that talk in the mirror. Go to the bathroom. Scream it out in a paper towel, quietly. Scream it out. Stomp it out. Feel how you feel. Feel your feelings. Go to your car. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Go and get yourself some coffee. Sit with yourself for a minute. But you don't have to always verbalize what you're feeling. So, yeah. That's my tea for today that I'm sharing. So, my 51 years, that's something major that I learned. My words don't always have to show who I am. Who I am speaks for itself. And when you let your character speaks for itself, and you are not responding to everything, man, things completely turn out different. I felt so much better about my co-workers after that happened. So just wanted to share that. Have a great day. Day 4 of December. I'm not going to call it Vlogmas, but this is my day 4 recording.